Now, guys, let's take a look at something. Before we even talk about these changes, please, I would like to inform you that I have Facebook pages Milton Fonkwa and Milton Fonkwa's Consulting, where I share. So, guys, recently we heard about the changes that the Canada government or Ircc has implemented, or that there were some changes, but it looks like a lot of people still do not understand what these changes are. So in this video, I'm going to explain some few things to you and draw your attention to certain things, so you should consider them very well before you start your journey to Canada. If you are new to my channel, my name is Milton. Welcome to our platform. Please do not forget to subscribe below. Click the subscribe button and please share this video so that somebody can benefit from it. So as we all know, there are a lot of changes now in Canada. If you must immigrate to Canada as an international student, please listen to me keenly. First of all, I want to debunk everything that you see on the internet. People telling you that Canada is not a place to be, why people are leaving Canada. Others would convince you. Look, please don't listen to that. If you have the resources and have a means to find your way into Canada, move and move immediately. It is very easy to make your life reasonable in Canada than in Africa. I am not arguing with anybody. Well, if you want to argue with people, that is fine. But this is advice I am giving to young people like myself. If where you are is not being rewarded, like doesn't reward you well compared to your skills. Now, guys, let's take a look at something. Before we even talk about these changes, please, I would like to inform you that I have Facebook pages Milton Fonkwa and Milton Fonkwa's Consulting, where I share detailed videos as well. But you must find the information only, like if you really want to get the detailed information, you have to get it on this channel. Let's not talk too much. The first change that Ircc brought into effect was the issue of cost of living, where the money has been increased to $20,635 from the initial $10,000. Now, the reason of this change is mainly because of the housing issue, because the prices for accommodation in Canada has gone up, and because of that there is a lot of scarcity and too much influx of internationals according to Ircc. So they had to increase the money. Since there is an increase in the prices of houses, a lot of things have equally changed. Even groceries and foodstuff and stuff like that, everything has increased. So Ircc decided to increase this money. Now it's going to affect a lot of students, and it's equally affecting my followers already. I recently got a one-on-one call with somebody. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, please book from the video description box. Thank you. I got a one-on-one with somebody, and this lady was telling me that they have a company they would be willing to use, like a company that is available for them, and like she wants to use the company's account. Guys, look, because of this increase, remember, Ircc is now looking for every possibility to drop most internationals, and they already know how we do. We already know how we do. So using a company's account is not the best thing. I have said this many times on this YouTube channel. Please do not use it. The reason is because, remember, proof of funds means that the money, Ircc wants to make sure that if you are saying that you have a money in your bank account or in an account of your sponsor, the money should be readily available to you at any time and accessible to you at any time. So using a company's account is not the best because, one, a company's account, a lot of people are in control of that. Probably maybe 1, 2 or 3 people need to sign before money can leave that account. And if the company, like say if the business is not your business, you the applicant, it is a big red flag. Do not use the account, because there are a lot of doubts in this. Those of you who want to use uncles as your sponsors, it's possible, but make sure you document show evidence that this person is actually your uncle. I am just a messenger passing this information to you. Now, please make sure you pay attention to your proof of funds. If you haven't started building your accounts, make sure you start building your accounts now. And even right now, it may be late. Please start immediately so that by March, April, you don't start running around. Remember, your bank statement must be at least 4 months or 6 months old. That is to say, you have to bring statement for 4 to 6 months. I hope you understand. And for the people to sponsor you, your father, your mother, your brother or sister, and to an extent your uncle and auntie, these are the people who are best to sponsor you. Now, we are not going to talk about any other one again. Let's go to the next change for Canada. September 2024, Ircc says all programs as of September 2024, definitely everybody that needs PGWP, you have to study 100% on campus in Canada. Remember, during COVID season, some people were given the grace to study maybe 50% offline, then 50% on campus, and they would eventually get PGWP. But now you must study everything online 100% to get PGWP. Do not apply to a college that is not DLI, and avoid colleges that will not be able to give you postgraduate work permit. This is an advice for you. Remember, initially students worked in Canada for like 20 hours a week and 40 hours during holidays, but Ircc has increased the working hours. This is no news again, to at least 30th of April 2024. So international students who are already in Canada can work for unlimited hours, that is full time, up to April 2024. And for those who do not know, there is a negotiation going on right now with Ircc. They are trying to see if they can bring in working hours permanently, like increase the working hours for international students. This is still being negotiated. It has not come into effect yet. But I strongly believe that this law is going to take place. Ircc might bring full-time employment to international students, but they might be sanctioned to those who do not attend lectures, because if you do not go to class, you will not be able to pass your exams, and of course you will not be able to graduate on time and possibly get your PGWP, which will lead you to PR and citizenship. Please be very careful with it. Any law, make sure you respect the law. There was a video I was checking and I noticed that there was an international student who was in Canada and who had already applied for PGWP, and he went further to get extra working hours, and when Ircc noticed that, they rejected his PGWP. Imagine your PGWP has been rejected. What are you going to do? You have to leave the country. Please, when you go to a country where the laws are strong and being implemented, you have to be careful. Follow the rules and regulation. Do not risk your entire future for maybe $300 or $400. Advice number 5. Now, acceptance letters will be checked. Like, acceptance letters will be checked. If you get an admissions from a college in Canada or university or vocational school, note that your acceptance letter will be checked by Ircc. Now, Ircc decided to put this because there was a time some Indian students had issues where they were given all fake admission letters. So now Ircc has to verify everything. What happens is, after your school gives you an offer and you pay the first deposit, as they are asking, if you do not need to pay, they will now send details of your admission letter to confirm to Ircc that it is recognized. For those of you who apply to MBCC already, if you check the bottom section of your admissions letter, there is a signature there, and if you check, you are going to see the RCIC number, and there is a place there written validation. All right, if you apply to the school directly, then that is not a problem. If you apply through somebody you trust, that is not a problem. Okay, so don't think anybody can fake it. But in as much as you pay your tuition deposit and of course that is validated by MBCC. I'm just quoting an example for those who do not know. So these are some of the things that you need to put into consideration, and I pray that as you are applying for your visas, may God favor you, because I know this journey is not an easy journey. However, do not be panicking, or don't panic, just be yourself. Believe that you can always pull through, and please put in the work. Make sure you sit down and think about how your sponsorship is going to look like. This is the time you have to make decisions based on this. I am just a messenger passing the information. Please remember, program choice is very important when you are applying for a study visa or study permit to Canada. Do not, if you are now an accountant whereas you graduated with literature 4 years back, you shouldn't be applying for literature now. You should be applying for things related to accountancy. I have said this many times, and please put this into consideration. Remember, how to get the visa depends on what you write and what you tell Ircc. So these are some of the things you should put into consideration. I hope this video will help you. All I wish for you is that you succeed, and I want to see you come on here and tell us the good news. Do not forget to say hello when you reach Canada. Hey people, this is just a quick video to those who have been asking me if they can actually study abroad with just their basic high school qualifications. Like if you have your YX certificate, if you have your NECO, if you have ordinary levels and advanced level certificate, if you have your baccalaureate examination. Most of you have been asking me if you can study abroad. The first answer is yes, you can study abroad, but the second answer is this: I will not advise you to apply to countries which are very crowded, except that your results are very good, like with A grades and B grades, very good results. But otherwise, if your results are dancing, I will advise you to apply to colleges, apply to a country where they have a lot of schools, a lot of opportunities, like Canada, if you have the money. Then another thing is, a lot of people equally ask me if they can apply to colleges or schools if their gap is like 5 years, 10 years. Yes, I remember there is someone who wrote WAEC in 2005. I don't remember if it's 2005 or 2006, which I got an offer to him to NSCC in Canada. Yes, but he had 2 WAEC certificates. I don't remember. One should be 2004 and 5. I don't remember. But like I said, if you meet requirements sometimes is basic high school qualifications. So if you have all of that, you are good to go. But I didn't say I am doing applications, please, because I know we read things differently. So this is just to update those of you who have been asking. You are good to go. Make sure you check requirements very well. Do not apply to a program without checking requirements, without checking tuition fee. No, a lot of people are making this error.